it sounds like both you and I like humans.
Some humans.
Humans on the whole. And so, and we would like to preserve the flame of human consciousness. What do you think makes humans special? That we would like to preserve them? Are we just being selfish? Or is there something special about humans?
So the only thing which matters is consciousness. Outside of it, nothing else matters. And internal states of qualia, pain, pleasure, it seems that it is unique to living beings. I'm not aware of anyone claiming that I can torture a piece of software in a meaningful way. There is a Society for Prevention of Suffering to learning algorithms, but
That's a real thing?
Many things are real on the internet. But I don't think anyone, if I told them, sit down and write a function to feel pain, they would go beyond having an integer variable called pain and increasing the count. So we don't know how to do it, and that's unique. That's what creates meaning. It would be kind of, as Bostrom calls it, Disneyland without children, if that was gone.
Do you think consciousness can be engineered in artificial systems? Here, let me go to 2011 paper that you wrote. Robot rights. Lastly, we would like to address a sub-branch of machine ethics, which on the surface has little to do with safety, but which is claimed to play a role in decision-making by ethical machines, robot rights. So do you think it's possible to engineer consciousness in the machines? And thereby, the question extends to our legal system. Do you think at that point robots should have rights?
Yeah, I think we can. I think it's possible to create consciousness in machines. I tried designing a test for it with mixed success. That paper talked about problems with giving civil rights to AI, which can reproduce quickly and outvote humans, essentially taking over a government system by simply voting for their controlled candidates. As for consciousness in humans and other agents, I have a paper where I proposed relying on experience of optical illusions.
Yeah.
If I can design a novel optical illusion and show it to an agent, an alien, a robot, and they describe it exactly as I do, it's very hard for me to argue that they haven't experienced that. It's not part of a picture. It's part of their software and hardware representation, a bug in their code which goes, oh, that triangle is rotating. Okay. And I've been told it's really dumb and really brilliant by different philosophers, so I am still undecided.
I love it. So,
but now we finally have technology to test it. We have tools, we have AIs. If someone wants to run this experiment, I'm happy to collaborate.
So this is a test for consciousness.
For internal state of experience.
That we share bugs.
It will show that we share common experiences. If they have completely different internal states, it would not register for us. But it's a positive test. If they pass it time after time, with probability increasing for every multiple choice, then you have no choice but to either accept that they have access to a conscious model or they are themselves.
So the reason illusions are interesting is, I guess, because it's a really weird experience. And if you both share that weird experience that's not there in the bland physical description of the raw data, that means that puts more emphasis on the actual experience.
And we know animals can experience some optical illusions, so we know they have certain types of consciousness as a result, I would say.
Yeah, well, that just goes to my sense that the flaws and the bugs is what makes humans special, makes living forms special. So you're saying, like, yeah,
it's a feature, not a bug.
It's a feature. The bug is the feature. Whoa. Okay, that's a cool test for consciousness. And you think that can be engineered in?
So they have to be novel illusions. If it can just Google the answer, it's useless. You have to come up with novel illusions, which we tried automating and failed. So if someone can develop a system capable of producing novel optical illusions on demand, then we can definitely administer that test on significant scale with good results.
First of all, pretty cool idea. I don't know if it's a good general test of consciousness, but it's a good component of that. And no matter what, it's just a cool idea. So put me in the camp of people that like it. Uh, but you don't think like a Turing test style imitation of consciousness is a good test? Like if you can convince a lot of humans that you're conscious, that doesn't that to you is not impressive.
There is so much data on the internet. I know exactly what to say when you ask me common human questions. What does pain feel like? What does pleasure feel like? All that is Googleable.
I think to me consciousness is closely tied to suffering. So if you can illustrate your capacity to suffer, but with I guess with words, there's so much data that you can say you can pretend you're suffering, and you can do so very convincingly.
There are simulators for torture games where the avatar screams in pain, begs to stop. I mean, those are part of kind of standard psychology research.
You say it so calmly. It sounds pretty dark. Uh,
Welcome to humanity.
yeah. Yeah, it's like a Hitchhiker's Guide summary, mostly harmless. I would love to get a good summary when all this is said and done. When Earth is no longer a thing, whatever, a billion years from now. Like, what's a good summary of what happened here? It's interesting. I think AI will play a big part of that summary, and hopefully humans will too.